So my last video, someone called me out on the retoucher, and they were absolutely 100% right. You know, it was like this flawless skin. So I want to go over two things today. One's pretty damn interesting to me anyway. I'm thinking maybe it'll be interesting to you as well. But the first thing is that it's flawless skin. So I have these sessions called social media sessions. They're inexpensive sessions. They're usually young girls, young guys that come in and they just want stuff for their social media pages and it's something a little bit better than they would normally get off their phones. They're quick, easy sessions. They're somewhat inexpensive, and putting time in to individually touch up every single photo is not something that's cost effective in any which way, shape, or form. So these are all automated through the Retouch For Me software. I have it on a script, I click the button, it goes through each one, fixes them, and I send them out as is. Now, I always ask, do you want them retouched or do you want them just plain, and what kind of retouching do you want? You want light retouching or do you want flawless? 99% of them say they want to be flawless. And that's their prerogative. And I have no issue with it whatsoever. You know, it's a quick, easy session. It's pocket change, and it's great. So that's why I do it in the way I do it. And yes, it is over-processed beyond belief, but that's what they're looking for. I have no problem with doing it. But the one who called me out, you're absolutely 100% right. You know, this is those times where you look back and you go, God, I over-processed at times. And now I do it on purpose for those kind of sessions. That out of the way. So I'm a movie buff, and any kind of like documentary or movies or old Western, I just love movies, and I watch them all the time. The thing is here, is I was going down a rabbit hole and watching old music, stage performances. And I watched I watched a couple the other night. And as I'm watching it, I'm making, these parallels to photography in the industry. The singers then, the singers now, the, photography then, the photography now. The first thing I noticed was, how bad the video was from back in the day. Because these were old bands, like, old like CCR time and that era. And I'm thinking, I don't care about the image quality, the video quality as it may be at all. And I didn't care about the video or the photography that they showed throughout. It was just so nice to see these photos and these, this documentary with images that were, in today's standard crap, but it didn't even make a difference because they're photos that you'll never see again, and that showed and told the story, which really made me happy. And then I made the correlation between the singers. Back then they didn't have tracks to sing to or auto-tune. And back then we didn't have autofocus and everything else that you have now. It was just, they sang into the mic, it went through the amp, it went out the speakers. There's no other processing, that's what it was, and they sounded fantastic. There was nothing to fix talent if you didn't have talent. It was straight up, this is what it is. And I made the correlation today with, the automatic retouching to the autofocus to the cameras that do everything for you, and the TTL and all that stuff. Like, there's such correlations between the two that, a singer that looks great, that can't sing to save their life, can throw auto-tune on and boom, they're a singer. And, and they can use tracks for concerts and auto-tune for concerts. And the photographers do the same thing. They have autofocus, they have cameras that do everything. The skill has been taken out of the art in many cases. Now, there are still many performers that perform live that can sing. I'm not saying that. I shot some concerts where it was just pure magic, no tracks, just the performer and a mic. And then I just shot one recently. And this, the sad part about this one was it was somewhat of a local band just starting out to make it big. and they tracked everything. Like it was a 100% lip syncing extravaganza. Like it was, and it was done poorly. So, that's why I was making the correlation to, to the movies, to the film quality back then, and then to the singers, and then the parallels I made with photography. It was kind of like strange, but it brought me back to why I shoot Leica now, because I really enjoy the skill that takes me to where I want to be, versus auto everything and me just pushing a button and aiming in the right direction. Yeah. Now I'm not saying you don't need skill for that. I am, but I'm not. There are photographers that do fabulous things with the modern cameras today, but so many are they rely so much on the camera doing everything for them. The lens is doing everything for them, that enjoyment of watching the concert and hearing somebody sing is gone. But thank God we have the old videos and photos that are crappy in today's standards to absolutely positively enjoy what they did. Anyway, that's it for the day. Just wanted to get that out there. Shoot manual once in a while. Use your skill level. Make something special. You can do it without relying on the camera 100% to do it. Thanks for watching as always.